Hi everybody, Mark here from Dingle Cookery School. Welcome back. Now we're going to do a little bit of baking for Halloween. What I've got up my sleeve today is we're going to do some beautiful little gingerbread skeletons. Something that I want everybody out there, every parent and every kid to do as a little treat and a little bit of fun for Halloween. Really easy to make. You don't need a mixer or anything like that again. So I'm going to run through the ingredients, and as always the ingredients will be posted below on our social media but also on the Today FM site as well. So what I have here is I've got 3 ingredients in here. I've got some butter, I've got some dark brown soft sugar, and then I've got some golden syrup. What I did with that was I just put it into a small pot, put it over low heat, just basically low heat for a couple of minutes just to dissolve it. I've now taken it off the heat to let it cool. So 3 ingredients, you have butter, soft brown sugar, and we have golden syrup in there as well. Now we have our dry ingredients. We've got some plain flour, and I'm just going to sieve this to mix it all together. So plain flour, I've got some bicarbonate of soda, or sometimes you'll see it'll be called bread soda. I have some ground ginger, just going to pop that in. And basically what we're making, if you've never made these guys before, they're gingerbread men, or for what we would know as ginger nut biscuits without the fancy shape or anything like that. Now all we're going to do here is just mix that together. Just gives it a little bit of air when we mix together. It also takes out, look, we've a few lumps there. It just helps to take out so there's no lumps in it. Okay, just get that guy out of the way. All we got to do now is just mix it. There we go. And there's going to be such a lovely smell of ginger off these, lovely taste of ginger. So, got my ingredients here, and I'm just going to pour it in, mix them all around this second. Now, you won't see this for a second, just, there we go. All of that beautiful dark sugar. And now what we have to do is we're just going to mix all of that together, so until it forms a dough. What I always find with some of these as well is it's no harm to throw a little bit of water in as well. That was maybe about 1 teaspoon of water. That just helps it keep it nice and soft. Just going to bring that to a dough, so you don't need a mixer. And this is the easy bit. In a few seconds we're going to roll it out, make some cool shapes, and then we're going to do a little bit of decoration on them. So you'll see that starting to come together just now. So don't be tempted to throw too much water in there, so I threw about a tablespoon. And now I'm just going to get my hands in and bring that dough together. Or a teaspoon rather. Now, so basically, yeah, there we go. Look at that, beautiful dough, and it's warm as well because the liquid has been heated. Now, so all I'm doing here is just bringing it to dough, and anytime we make any cookies or biscuits, you would have seen from other recipes that we've done, you don't overwork them. So literally once that comes together, there we go. And I'm just going to make sure you get all of that there. What we need to do now is we need to just wrap all of that up in cling film and leave that to chill in the fridge for a little while. So that's it, it just comes together. Look, nice bit of dough. And when we wrap it up and put it in the fridge, it just helps it to relax a little bit. It stops it from, as you're rolling it out, it sort of keeps its shape as well. And you've just got nice simple dough like that. Now all I'm going to do very quickly is I'm just going to get a little bit of cling film and wrap that guy up and pop it into the fridge for about 30 minutes or so. Now I'm just going to get that out of the way and just going to clean down quickly before I do the other ones. I want to give my hands a quick wash, but here comes the fun bit. Now, so I'm going to get my hands dried. Okay, now what I have here, I've already started to roll this one out. So this is a pastry that has been in the fridge for about a half an hour. I've rolled it out. What I always try to do is, I always recommend rolling it on a sheet of parchment, and 2 sheets of parchment, roll it out, or else just dust the counter with flour. But this is a nice easy way to move it around. And what we're going to do is a little bit of parchment there, tiny bit of flour, and here's the fun bit. So what we got is, I've got these lovely little gingerbread cookie cutters, right? If you don't have one, okay, we can always use a round cutter, and we're going to make nice little faces or whatever. I have a little bit of oil in here that just helps when I take it out of this guy. And I'm going to pop it on the tray. Now I'm just going to cut out one or two of them so you get to see them. It is quite delicate, so sometimes you may see that you might slightly crack the arm or the leg, but it's Halloween, so it doesn't matter if your gingerbread man is missing an arm or a leg or even a head. I'm just using something to push. There we go. I'm going to cut out another one or two. When you're cutting them out, one thing I'd recommend is that you keep this as close as possible so that you don't just put them in at random. Try to get as much out of it. Now, the good thing about it is when you're finished cutting them out of their shape, what you can do then is you can roll up the little bit of dough and you can just start again and just roll it out until you get to use every single little bit of it. Now I'm just pushing those guys out just like that, just to give it a little bit of help. Now, so what I want you to do is just finish cutting those out. Just to speed up the video a little bit, I'm going to just move that guy out of the way and I'll finish those later on, okay? And now we're going to take over some of the little guys that we've done already, and I'm going to show you how to make up your icing as well. So what we have here is a little bit of royal icing, okay? Tiny little bit of water, and again that recipe, it's going to be posted below. We want to mix this, so it's a tiny bit of water. Start with a small bit of water first, and what you're looking with this is it's going to turn into something like a little toothpaste mixture. So if it's still dry, we can just throw in another small bit of water in there. So I always start with a tiny little bit first, get another little bit in, and just mix it. And then just turns into, yeah, there we go. Look, start to turn in another tiny bit into like a toothpaste. We're going to put this into a piping bag. Now, if you don't have a piping bag or anything like that, I still want you to be able to make this. We can use a freezer bag or a Ziploc bag, and now you see this. Look, it's almost like a little toothpaste. And we can put that into a Ziploc bag if you don't have a piping bag, anything like that. And then we'll be able to that'll just easily pipe out for you. Now, so here we have, this is some of the ones that we've baked already, okay? And what we're going to do here is, you can see that I've just put a few different designs on some of them. Some of them are like skeletons. I have this little fella, he's like a mummy. But I want you to put any spooky shape you want, or even a little smiley face or whatever. Now, one thing that I did forget to tell you about a second ago is I forgot to tell you how long that these go into the oven. So sorry, when they're cut out, okay, and they're in the shapes and you have them all on this, 180 degrees for about 10-12 minutes, somewhere along there. Take them out. What I'd always recommend then is leave them on the tray for a minute or two before you move them on the wire rack, just because they're a little bit delicate. Now, I put my guy stuff into the piping bag, but again, use a Ziploc bag. When you're using this, and this is where I want you to have fun, have an idea of where you're going to draw, okay? And a little tip then is when you're working with it, just squeeze it, but as if you're working with a pen or whatever, but you see that I'm a little bit higher, I'm not just down. So hold it up high and almost let it fall on there. Look, draw that guy there. And have fun. I love you to post up your photographs. See who's got the coolest one, who's got the scariest one. And definitely yours is definitely going to be better than mine. They're probably going to be a lot more spookier. Now let's give him decorate his head a little bit there. So there we go. I might even give him a few devil horns. There we go, look at that. And we can color them in a second. So that's it at its basic. Now I'm going to use a few of these little guys. You'll pick them up in the supermarket. It's food coloring, it can be a little bit of fun. If you don't have them, don't worry about them. You can put little bits of chocolate on there. You can break up your favorite little bits of sweets or whatever. And this one, I've got a little red one. It's just food coloring. I'm going to give him a little eye maybe. And then I'm going to get him winking at you. How's that? And we might give him a little smiley face, but then give him a bit of some, and I'll give him a few hands. We can change color there. We can give this guy, I love this guy, he's a mummy. He's quite cool. Give this guy a blue eye, look. Maybe put one eye down here, and we'll give him a big smile. How's that? He looks scary. And we'll give him some hair, even though he's a skeleton. Look at that, how cool is that? And we'll give one more guy. It's fun, once you start, you just keep going. So we'll give him yellow eyes, beautiful. He's not scary, though look, he's so happy. He's just so happy to be there. So folks, there you go, there's some spooky treats. I really hope you're going to have fun with all the family making these. I want you to make yours a little bit better than mine and put your pictures up on Today FM and on our website or on our Facebook and stuff as well. So happy Halloween everybody, and enjoy your baking. Thank you.